Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show right here on Main Street TV, where it is a glorious, finally, day in downtown Jackson, Ohio. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bees are pollinating, which is a good sign, and we may have a little rain, but we're not going to talk about that. No. But we are going to talk about something really, really fun. And our friends from Faith and Fitness are here. And we have Adrian and Sharissa. And we're so excited to hear some of the things that they are doing. And they have a fitness challenge coming up. So we're going to hear all about that. But first, Adrian says I have to play a commercial, and then we will be back. And then we will be back with our good friend Amanda Crabtree. We haven't had her in the studio for a while, talking about some of the parks and recreation stuff we have going on here in the city. So it's going to be a fun day. So stay tuned.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
All right, and we are back with our friends from Faith and Fitness. How are you girls this morning?
We're good. We're great.
It's so good to have you
Thank
here.
you for having us.
Of course, anytime. And so tell us a little bit. I mean, if people don't know, I don't know how they wouldn't know about Faith and Fitness, but it's something really, really cool that's kind of spreading out through Ohio even. And but we have some branches right here in our area. So tell us all about it.
Well, I'll start. So Josie Rader, formerly Josie Ridgway, when she was in college at Miami University, she started the movement, really, I guess is what you would call it.
Yes.
And it's spread like wildfire over the years. It's been going for closer to 15 than 10.
I think so, yeah.
And just here in Jackson, we've been doing it for 10 years or more. And so previously, before Josie moved back to Jackson, we actually had space at the Nazarene Church.
Yes, I remember that.
And we held class there once a week, and it was great. We had a core group of girls that would come every week, and then to see what it's grown into now.
Oh my gosh.
It's like, and I was there from the start. I taught classes back then.
That's awesome.
So it's just amazing. But so the meaning behind it is to exercise not only our bodies but also our hearts and our spirits for Jesus, and that's Josie's goal and all of our goal. But it's amazing the classes that have grown from what it started as.
You know, and I can remember, and I assumed, because I've known Josie, I think all of her life, basically. I assumed that when she started talking about this Faith and Fitness thing, that, I mean, this is way back when, that this was some kind of chain that she had gotten involved in, or some kind of whatever.
No, she is the...
It dawned on me after a while. I'm like, wait, she started this whole thing. And now there's like Faith and Fitnesses everywhere.
Everywhere, yes.
Is there like 15?
I think that sounds correct, yeah.
It's brilliant because, and it's like really kind of runs on its own merit, which is so cool. Just kind of donation based, and you know, there's no like gym membership or anything like that.
No, and it's really cool, like and she says this all the time, it's a community. It's not a workout, it's a community. And the people that have been brought together that otherwise would never cross paths. So
sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Really cool.
And you know, it's something for everyone, like no matter your skill level or what your exercise path is or your spiritual path is, there's something for everyone.
That is a great point, Jennifer, because it really is. No matter what class you go to, whether it's a Bible study or a fitness class, all levels, like you said, are welcome. It's not a competition with anybody but yourself. You're there for your own spirit, your own body, and to exercise it.
And what makes Faith and Fitness a little bit different than, going to a normal gym? And this isn't knocking any gyms, by any stretch, because, a lot of us need them too, but we need all the exercise we can get.
For me, it's the community. It really is. And I know I already said that, but just the people that come, and I feel challenged no matter what I do there, because whether it's, somebody asking for prayer or asking for, help as far as like, what can I do to get better at push-ups, or what can I do to get better at
My thighs are a little big. What do I do about that?
Yeah. No, it's so challenging, and it's just it's an escape for me. I'm on the go a lot with my kids and work and my husband, but it's really nice to just set that time aside and go and be around like-minded, and it's not just for women. I guess I should point that out. It's for everyone, but it is a lot of women, and it's just great to be a part of that.
Yeah, definitely the community, and all different ages, and really kind of like all different beliefs, and it's just very, very open. And you just make friends, but you're also working out at the same time.
Sure.
At all different levels.
It's like win-win for everybody of everything.
And nobody feels like they can't, or that they don't live up to, like, I've got to do that workout, or we just stage things for everybody, so everybody feels welcome.
Yes.
And what would be some of the, let's talk about some of the classes that would be offered, maybe some of the differences in them. Because y'all run the gambit.
We do.
Yeah. Well, just so right now, the challenge that's going on, so there in the mornings we have, again, all different levels, but on Monday mornings, Maddie Strange is doing a class, and I did it yesterday, and it was a killer.
Darn her.
Maddie is a killer, in a good way.
But so sweet.
Yes, I know.
Listen, if you've ever worked out with Josie, she is the sweetest ball of sunshine you'll ever meet, and you just want to pinch her head off all at the same time while you're doing her workout, because she's so sweet while she's killing you.
So Maddie's teaching on Monday mornings, and it's so like Monday we had the stair steppers, and we just used those as we worked out. But it's usually like led by Maddie, and you just follow her movements. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays, Karina teaches, and Tuesdays is pop Pilates. And I went this morning.
What is that?
It is so good. So a lot of like standing Pilates movements. There is some core work on the ground, but very, very, like you would think, Pilates, it's just stretching. No.
That's stupid.
Karina is a killer too.
Yeah, I can see that.
She is. Actually, this morning I said, "Are you crazy? Like, we cannot do that." Like, there was some like pretzel-y kind of move. And I was like, I don't think that's possible, but it was, and everybody completed it. So that's Tuesdays and Thursdays are with Karina. She teaches at 6 a.m. I teach on Wednesday mornings.
Is there oxygen in the air at 6 a.m.?
Yeah, believe it or not.
Okay.
And it gets really hot in that gym at that early in the morning. Yeah. So Wednesdays we have, I teach on Wednesdays, and it is, again, for all different levels of fitness. It's very, I always tell people, like, if you don't like this class, please come back, because it's never the same. Like, sometimes we'll do circuits. Sometimes it'll be like a pyramid style where we, like, decrease reps each time that we do something, like, it'll be led by me. But all about just, for me, it's about getting those steps in and getting as much work in as we can in a short amount of time. And then also in the mornings, on Mondays and Wednesdays, there is a class at 8 a.m. So if you don't like to get up too early, but you still want to get a workout in before the day gets too hot.
Yeah, for sure.
So at 8 o'clock, Liv and Lexi are teaching a workout, and I believe it's kind of like a similar style, just maybe some circuits.
A little bit of
everything.
That's good.
Another point, Friday mornings, Maddie is teaching at the Jackson Area Family Event Center.
The Why Not?
Yeah.
We call it the why not here.
Well, I was stressing about remembering
What it's called.
Yes.
I can't ever remember it,
Yeah.
so it's not the why anymore, so it's the why not.
It's the why not, yes. So she's teaching a spin class there, which is a really cool partnership
yes.
that Josie has done with the why not.
Let me just tell you, I did one spin class in my life, and I will never say that I will never do another one, but I almost died. And it was on a cruise ship, mind you. It was
So you couldn't pedal off the ship.
And the guy picked on me the whole time because he knew, like, my niece and I did it, and he knew that, like, we were, like, fun.
Yeah.
But he was like, what's the matter? And he kept calling me Squeaky because my bike was squeaking. And I'm like, stop talking to you right now. I'm going to throw up. But no, it is a workout.
Yes, it is.
That is my point, not like whining about not doing it ever again. But
And we have a ton of classes in the afternoons and evenings, and Adrian knows more about those.
Well, we've also, in the mornings, we've also got the pool during the summer.
Yes, we do.
Mondays and Thursdays at 9:30 in the morning, they're doing a pool aerobic workout, aerobics at the pool at Hillcrest.
oh, that would be so good for you.
Yeah,
I feel
and
like
it's easy on your joints.
Yeah.
It's good for you. And then on Tuesday nights at 5:30 at Amy McGee's house, they're doing the same pool aerobics.
Okay, they're beside Cardo's.
Yep.
Okay.
Amanda's teaching that. And then during the day, it's kind of our class that we have all year long. It's called Low Impact.
Okay.
11 o'clock. We have that all week long usually, except for Wednesdays sometimes. I teach that. Sharissa teaches sometimes.
Okay.
Rachel Strasser teaches it. And Josie will teach it when she comes back off maternity leave.
Yeah.
But we have...
She just had that little baby.
She is so cute. That class is you can do it in a chair, you can do it standing. We do a lot of weights, bands, some cardio. It's kind of a mixed bag.
Yeah.
But it's really good as far as if you have joint issues.
Yes.
Older women come to it, and we do it to music. So it's kind of upbeat and fun. We've got that. And then Lori Walker, about every other week, is doing Pilates on Wednesdays.
Okay.
At that same time. So she does kind of a traditional Pilates. And
I didn't know that.
It's a lot harder than I thought it would be. I was sore afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like people talking about yoga and Pilates, kind of in the same ilk there, but you think, oh, you're just laying on the ground stretching out. No.
Definitely not.
It is, you have to be strong.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you get strong quick doing
Muscles.
that. Yeah.
We've also got some evening classes. Mindy's doing on Monday nights. She's doing a class at 5:30.
Yep.
And then there's some Bible studies. There's one after the pool on Tuesdays, and then there's always Coffee with Jesus at the Spot on Friday afternoons at 2.
And line dancing on Wednesdays.
Oh yeah, we do line
Yes.
dancing.
Wait, that would be so fun.
Yes.
Brenda does that.
Brenda is amazing.
Do you do the boot scoot and boogie?
I don't
Have you
remember-
been?
I have, and it's
Is it
so
fun?
much. It's
I'll
so
bet
much
it is
fun.
so fun.
Oh, it's so, and she takes it slow, and she teaches you like each step, like it. She's
I
good.
love that.
Yep.
Also during the summer we've got Saturday mornings, and the instructors are rotating with that.
Okay.
8:30 on Saturday morning, and it's usually a booty kicker too.
Yeah.
So
Good deal.
Yeah, we've got that. So that all goes along with the Summer Fitness Challenge, which is a 12-week challenge.
Okay.
And you come to a class. We sign your little paper, and the more classes you come to, the more programs you go to. Whoever's the winner, Josie will give some gift baskets to at the end of the summer. So it's trying to get everybody in the community, get that community feeling, and get to a workout and move your body in the summer.
Move your butt. That's what we need. So let's talk about the kind of our local faith and fitnesses. I know there's one in Jackson. I know there's one in Wellston.
Yep. Right now, those are the two
closest ones
that are
yeah.
working.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a couple others that off and on Oak Hill once in a while will do something.
Yep.
How do you find out? I know that Josie's so organized. It's crazy. So are there like a website or something that has the classes listed?
There's a Facebook page for each one, and she lists it's posted every week.
Okay.
And then I think the main one is like Faith and Fitness Studio. Yeah, is the main Facebook page.
Okay.
Where she posts everything for any of the places on
schedule and
there.
all
Yeah.
the
Awesome.
programming. And then there's a Faith and Fitness Wellston too, but
Yes.
usually on the studio page she'll
Yeah. And they collaborate with the Jackson location a lot and do things in Jackson and or Wellston.
Yeah.
Sure, absolutely, because that's the whole point. It is
Yeah.
a community.
Yes.
community.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. It's just easier sometimes geographically to go to different locations.
Yeah. Sure.
So, well, very good. And so this fitness challenge is, do you have to sign up? Do you have to do anything special? You just show up.
She has cards in the studio that if you want to participate, and you can actually just leave your card there, and then the next time you come to class, you just fill it out and
Instructor will
have
sign
the
it.
instructor sign it. Yeah.
Okay, and then so you have the chance to win all kind of goodies.
Yeah, she usually puts together a pretty fun
She's-
gift basket.
Oh,
she's very creative
very
with
talented.
that.
Yes.
Yes.
When it comes to that,
Yeah.
amidst having new baby and
Yeah.
I know.
older baby
and
and-
all the things that she does.
and
I mean,
everything else
yes.
that she does for the community.
Yes,
and
because
all
Faith
the
and
stuff
Fitness,
and
I
things.
guess we should have said too, it's not just, coming to the gym and working out. She has
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
So many programs
Yes.
and retreats and
Yes.
get-togethers.
The
and-
sidewalk market,
Yeah.
she's so big into that.
We have a sidewalk market because literally of Josie and a
Yes.
couple of other folks that came together and had this brainchild and did it.
Yes. Not just had the idea, but they executed
This
it.
is what I
Yes.
was talking with Rachel Tipton the other day when we were talking about movies at Manpower, kind of her brainchild. And we all have ideas, but implementing them is a whole other situation. And being a doer is, something a lot of people aren't. You have this idea and you talk about it and that's the end of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
But not Josie.
Yep. We have a lot of people in our community.
do have a lot of
and
people.
that's, I think, Adrian and Amanda, I know they're going to be on next, but it just shows that,
Yes.
people that are doing and they're executing and they're getting these things done and
Yes.
they're making our community better.
Josie's been really good about bringing people together too, which is so important in community and getting
Yes.
them to work together.
It's very, my husband and I talk about this all the time. It is very difficult. A lot of people that are in charge of organizations or whatever have stronger personalities, and that's why, and I'm not knocking anything, I'm just saying it's hard to get these strong people and all these different organizations to mesh well
It's
together.
like too many Chiefs, not enough Indians.
There you go. And so she just has this uncanny knack to get everybody
she
to work
really
together.
does. And
Yeah.
I will say, because there have been times where I've been so busy, like I haven't taught for months, and she just has this way about not guilting you, but like just
Oh,
making
yes, she does.
making you feel
It is.
important. Just making you feel like you're needed.
No,
and
I know.
And
Yes.
I appreciate that, and I know that
She'll
our
jumpstart
clients
you back
appreciate
into it.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
really
she
does. She does. She's amazing.
Yeah, I know. Very,
She's
very good.
so welcoming. Everybody's welcome.
Yes.
No matter what. Yeah.
No matter, like you said, no matter your beliefs, no matter your size, your weight, your age, it doesn't matter.
Disability,
Yes,
anything.
anything.
Everybody's
Sure.
welcome and she works with everybody. And we do too. She's
Yes.
taught us to do
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and it's like positive peer pressure. You're surrounding yourself
Yes.
by good, and so then you emit good.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I think there's something to that for sure.
For sure.
And the other side can happen too. But
that. You get in shape.
But yeah, no, that is awesome. So if you want to be part of this Faith and Fitness Challenge, listen, don't say, oh, it's too late or I'll start tomorrow. Start today.
Yep.
Just show up. That's all you have to do. And become part of the community. It'll be really, you'll be glad that you
And it
did.
is donations. It's not.
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Like no gym membership,
Nope.
like you pay what you can
Right.
and we just need to keep it going.
Yep, absolutely.
Very good. Well, come on in, Amanda. She's out there stripping. There's a story behind that. She really wasn't. Well, she kind of was, but
Kind of was.
yeah. But we're not going to talk about that. Well, girls, is there anything else you wanted to let our viewers know while you're here?
I don't think so.
Just come and have fun with us.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And Faith and Fitness here in Jackson is located, let's see, how do we say, kind of across from like Eagle
pawn
Nails
shop.
or the
Yeah.
pawn shop.
Yeah,
Yep.
on Main Street.
Right on Main Street. It's the window that has all the beautiful writing and flowers and all the Josie looking stuff.
Yes.
So, all right. Well, very good. Well, ladies, thank you so much
Thank you
for coming
for having
in.
us.
It's always so fun to see you. And please get out and check out their Facebook page for different classes and all of that, because there's something for everyone, I promise.
Yep.
All right. Well, Adrian, I think we have a couple of messages, and our good friend Amanda has put her clothes back on. So she will be over here in just a moment, and we'll talk about some fun things going on here in the city.
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, a telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegramnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.
Saturday, August 16th is Southern Rock Woodstock in the Gallipolis Fairgrounds. This event will feature 3 decades of original artists and legends, such as Leonard Skinner, 38 Special, and Molly Hatchet. In light of this event, Total Media will be giving away 4 VIP tickets. For a chance to win these exclusive passes, comment your favorite Southern Rock song, and our staff will vote on which one is the best. Good luck, and may the best man rock out.
All right, and we are back, and Adrian stayed with us today because she's putting on her different hat, and that's kind of the Jackson tourism hat. And then, of course, our friend Amanda. Haven't seen you in a minute.
But I have to explain why I was stripping in the hallway.
I
don't want everyone to think that I was
if you
just
want
out
to
there
defend
taking my
yourself
clothes
about
off.
that,
Because I wore this t-shirt. And I didn't want to disappear into the background. So, even though these, I wish you could see them because these
They are
t-shirts
super cool.
are super cool.
yes.
But, you wouldn't be able to see me. So, yeah.
So we made her
I
take her
changed my
clothes off. And
I did bring my Apple Festival shirt though, so we're talking about tourism.
highly appropriate.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now that you have her clothes back on.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, I had mine too, but obviously I'm gonna leave.
We're
this
just
one
going to
on.
keep your faith and fitness
Yeah.
t-shirt hat on for a moment. Yes, absolutely.
Otherwise, Jen would have just been talking to a couple of talking heads.
Yeah, literally.
Well, we might be that anyway.
Right?
So.
Oh my gosh. So, we were talking off the air a little bit about some of the things that you all have going on. And I was like, well, is there one thing in particular? And they're like, oh no. So I'm just going to let you go with it because there are so many tourism related
Where
things
do we
going on.
start?
Right,
Hey,
exactly.
Adrian, could we start with that TikTok video maybe?
Let's do it.
So your mics are still on if you want to talk about it too.
All right,
Okay.
the music's not going to play.
Uh,
All right, so
There we go.
We thank you for the
these are
memories,
just
for
some
the
of
hugs,
the amazing
for the
things
journey
that
that
there are to
shapes and
see and do in
transforms
Jackson
us.
County.
Beautiful
And,
life, you are the song
we
that never
have
says goodbye,
4
never
lakes.
says goodbye.
Yeah.
We have
Beautiful
like
life,
20 over 20
beautiful
miles
life,
of
how
hiking
beautiful
trails.
you
Sure.
We
are.
have ATV trails.
Woven into threads of
We
hope
have
and stars.
Fort Royal
Every
trails.
day is a gift.
We have
Every
Leopetra
day is a
Petroglyph.
gift.
Super
To
cool.
paint
We
with
have
love and
Buckeye
laughter.
Furnace. So we
Yep.
have history. We have Underground Railroad sites.
That fascinates me, by the way.
Right? We have Civil War
Very much.
events that happen here. We have beautiful limestone cliffs. We have creeks and streams. We have paddleboarding and kayaking and canoeing and boating and fishing and
All the stuff and
just
things.
all of the things,
Everything.
hunting, all of the things to do.
Yes.
And here we have some new kayaks out
In
at
the
Hammertown Lake,
silence
which
of
is
the
one of the things
morning.
we want to talk about first. And
Yeah, absolutely. I want to hear all about it.
as this is wrapping up, we can talk about that a little bit. Yeah.
So the Jackson County Convention and Visitors Bureau, we have a board of tourism now in the county about a year and a half ago, and we're on the board. Amanda's on the board. We have just spent about a year and a half getting our feet on the ground, getting organized, and things are really starting to pick up and things are happening. And one of the things that we were able to do this year, along with, we had help with the Jackson City Convention and Visitors Bureau also.
Yes.
We were able
Which it's all about bringing tourism to the area, so very fitting.
So we were able to work together and bring rental kayaks to Hammertown Lake.
I mean, number one, so if you haven't been out to Hammertown in a minute, there's a brand new kayak launch there and then you don't have to do what Jen did when she went out and kayaked the one time and fell flat on my face in the water trying to get out of the thing as all the people fishing on the bank giggled at and pointed at me. I did so well right until I tried to get out of the water. But no, so this makes it so much easier. It's so much nicer. And so that new kayak launch appeared and was done. And
Which is no good if you don't have a kayak.
Exactly. So
if you have a kayak and no way to transport it.
Correct, which is a whole other situation. So how does this kayak rental thing work?
Well, we're with a company called Whenever Water Sports, and they installed it and put it in. So I tried it out last Wednesday. As soon as they got it installed, and you go out there, you take your cell phone, and there is a QR code.
Oh.
You hit the QR code, it takes you to the website, and you fill out your little waiver, you watch your little safety video, and make all your agreements. They take your credit card information, or they do Apple Pay too, which I was really excited about.
Yeah. This Apple Pay thing, that's a whole other story. It can get you in trouble real fast.
But anyway, you do that, and then click, the little lock comes off for your kayaks. You go over, you pull your kayak out, and which I was able to do it. I made sure I could do it myself.
Physically.
So I pulled the kayak out. You go over to the box that has a lock, click your little code, and it pops open, and you get a life jacket, and you get your paddles. And then you drag your kayak down to the launch.
And it has a wheel on it, so you don't have to carry it, you can pull it.
You can drag it down there on the wheels. So.
Well, could they make it any easier?
I know, right?
I know, it's great.
This is super cool.
Yeah, so, and then you get a couple hours. There's different prices. We've got 2-hour prices, 4-hour prices, and full day prices.
Okay.
So it's pretty. I mean, we did the 2-hour price because we figured most of the time Hammertown Lake is pretty big, and by the time you get your kayak and you get out there and get it launched and you go down to one end of the lake and come back, you're almost at 2 hours. So that's why
it's a thing. Let me just tell you a little thing that I learned about Hammertown Lake. It's real easy to paddle out because you're going with the current.
Yeah.
Then you turn around. And then you're like, oh, now it's real.
The wind is not at your back anymore.
Yeah, it's not at your back anymore. So keep that in mind. I will say that was the one thing that I had no idea that was going to happen when I was out there.
We do have a promo price just for the grand opening. I think it's going to go through June, through the end of the month. That you can do 1 hour if you just want to go try it out. So
that's a good idea.
Yeah,
kind of get your toe wet, literally.
Right.
So if you've never kayaked before, you want to try it out. It's $14.99 for the hour.
Oh,
normally it is $24.99 for 2 hours.
Okay.
For a single kayak, but we also have tandem kayaks.
I was going to ask, are there different kayaks that you can choose?
We have 4 singles, 2 tandem, and 2 paddleboards if you want to go out and use a paddleboard.
Yep. Nope. I'm good.
Me neither, but
been there, done that too, and It's way harder than what it looks, by the way.
It is. I can't get off my knees.
It's hard on the hips. Mm-hmm. It really is.
Yeah, and it's important to note too that the money there is a split revenue, so part of that money does come back to Jackson County Tourism.
Sure.
And it is put into a fund so that we can upkeep. Make sure that those rentals are available, that there's cleaning and all of those things are happening. And then, hopefully at some point, if this is used, maybe we can get some more.
Do more. Yeah. Absolutely.
I think Kay went out the other night and all but 2, even though it was raining off and on, and all but 2 were used.
We're rented.
Listen to what I'm telling you too, and I've told this story here on the air. I have a very good friend from Athens who is he works at a brewery there, but he also fishes. And when I say fishes, I mean not like out like Jackson doing the bluegill. Like he does competitions and goes all over the country and whatever. And he stopped by the brewery one day and he was like, "Hey, I was just out at your Hammertown Lake fishing. That is the prettiest lake I've seen, and I can't even tell you how long." And, I was like beaming because I'm like, I know. I said, well, it's our local water source, so I hope it is clean. But he was like, I could see like 20 feet down. Like, he was like, it was just beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
And I was like, this guy fishes all over the place. And he
we
was
have some of
so,
the that's the other thing. We have some of the cleanest lakes in Ohio,
we do.
too.
It's unbelievable. So if you haven't, feel comfortable going out in a kayak on Hammertown because it is ridiculously clean and nice and beautiful.
It really is.
Yeah, calm. Yeah, except for when you paddle back against the wind.
And we're going to have a ribbon cutting for the kayak
We are.
kayak rental on
Friday.
at 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock, yes.
Very cool. So come out, and that would be a perfect time for people to come out and just
Try it.
see it.
Try it.
Yeah,
See
right.
it. Yep.
Absolutely.
And speaking of ribbon cuttings, on Saturday at noon in Oak Hill, the world's largest acorn
Finally!
ribbon cutting at
Love
noon
it.
in Oak Hill on Saturday. So
Listen, everybody, you can kind of giggle about it, but it's really
Right?
flippin' cool.
I'm telling you, there are people who they base their travels around the world's smallest corn cob and the world's largest corn palace and
they
the
do.
world's largest
been to that.
acorn.
I can't tell you how many people I've had come in the brewery that have stopped in Jackson to see the Apple Tower. Yeah. I mean, like, it's a thing.
Yes.
People, and I was like, how did you know? Oh, well, we just look for landmarks as we're driving down the road. I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's awesome. So the world's largest acorn.
World's largest acorn is here in Jackson County in Oak Hill.
Yep.
And it's fitting for the Oak Hill Oaks, but
I can't wait to see
I
it.
cannot wait to see it. It's going to be pretty
excited.
spectacular.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Well, and speaking of like people coming through and seeing things and finding things to do in Jackson, we now have a website.
We do.
We have a county tourism website.
Oh, okay.
It's redone, revitalized, and speak to that.
Do we have, Adrian, do you have the URL for that? Okay. So there was a tourism website.
Liv can find it.
tourjacksonohio.com. We have updated the URL, and so they are, you can still go to tourjacksonohio.com and get to the new website.
Okay.
I do have a screenshot.
Okay.
It, so
Let's see it.
that up.
Yep.
So the Jackson
Okay.
County Convention and Visitors Bureau tagline is "Discover and Experience Jackson County," because we really feel like there is so much that once you've discovered it,
Oh, yeah.
the experience that you get after you've discovered it is really kind of phenomenal. I mean, everybody in the area really goes to Hocking Hills, or they think about Hocking Hills and Athens and those, a little bit farther east of us, but
No.
we actually rival.
We have it all
Hocking
right
Hills. We
here.
have everything here. So I think with this new website, you'll really see all that we have to offer, from history to natural assets to, breweries and ice cream and just all of the things.
All the things.
yeah.
So I had a couple stop by for lunch on Friday, and I can tell when people are traveling through that you can just tell that they're not local or whatever, and I love that. And I was talking with them, and they were from where were they from? They were from Cincinnati. They were traveling to North Carolina. And we get a lot the other way. So I was talking with them, and they were like, okay, we just found this little town, and it is like so cool. And they were going on, and they had parked on Main Street, and they had just walked around town. They came in our place for lunch, and I was like, you have to go to Michael's for a bubble if you want to get like our full experience. And they're like, you're like the fourth person now that's told us that. And, but they were just gushing about, Jackson.
Well, and now
downtown.
we have a great resource for you too, because we have a little rack card that you can hand to tourists that are coming through town that tells them a little bit more about what we have to offer. And there's a QR code that will take you to the website.
Oh, cool.
So
okay.
we'll make sure we drop some of those off at the brewery.
Definitely.
And we also have a brochure that has 60 things to do in Jackson County. So if you're looking for something to do and you want to start, on the weekends, just marking off those 60 things to do.
Heck yeah. You know what? And even us locals should do it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, there's things that we don't do because we have the opportunity. It's the same as people that live in New York have never seen the Statue of Liberty.
Right.
Like, it's just there. I'll get to it sometime.
Right.
I had never been to Boone Rock.
Right. It's just right down there.
It's right there. We hiked down there. I thought,
Yeah, it's just down the street.
All these years.
Yeah, no, and you're exactly right. There's all these fun little things to do that we can. So
In waterfalls, we have some of the most beautiful waterfalls in Jackson County. Between Lake Catherine, Hammertown, depending on what time of year, has a nice waterfall.
Sure.
Yeah.
Also, Colton Wildlife Area has some really nice
yes,
waterfalls.
if you listen to Dennis Reinhardt when he comes in here, you can learn about all of this.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. So, we just think that there's really so much to do here. And really, it's about educating our own residents about what there is to do here.
So we can pass it on.
So you can pass it on.
Absolutely.
And one thing that we're looking for is some ambassadors too. So we need some social media ambassadors who are willing to help us out to spread the word. So those ambassadors would go to places like, our local restaurants or the brewery or Michael's Ice Cream, but also they'd go on a hike or they'd go kayaking and they would write a little social media post about it.
Love that.
And then tag us in it. So we would love, if you're interested, go to the tourism website. It's the Jackson County Convention and Visitors Bureau Facebook page. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
And message us, and we'd love to set you up as an ambassador.
Absolutely.
When you go out, snap your picture out on the hiking trail or fishing or kayaking, and post that in the comments. And
Right. And look for some fun posts from us too, because National Sunglass Day is coming up.
Well, who
We
doesn't
want
want
to
to
see
celebrate that?
everybody's
See
pictures in
your
their sunglasses
sunglasses.
around Jackson County.
Yeah.
Love that.
We've also got Bike Day.
Yes.
On June 28th, we're going to do a bike 5K again. We did it last year, and it coincides with the opening day of Farmers Market.
Yes, I remember that. It was so fun.
We're going to do the same thing. We're going to gather June 28th at 9 a.m. at Eddie Jones, and we will be doing a bike 5K, and then everybody can go to the Farmers Market afterwards.
Very cool. And now I know last year if people didn't have bikes, I think you had a couple that
did.
they could borrow.
Yep. We have a little fleet of bikes that range from small bikes to adult bikes. So if you don't have a bike, no worries.
Yep, we've
Come
got
and
some
borrow
help.
one.
No excuses then,
Right.
right?
We have helmets too, so
Yes.
Okay, very
Yep.
cool.
to be safe.
That's right.
Yeah,
Love it.
I think that's
hiking trails. Maybe.
Yeah,
We've
sure.
got some hiking trails in Hammertown. We're working on that. That's something we've been out mapping and trying to get the hiking trails out there, improve the horse trails, so that people can safely hike out there and have a map.
You know,
to do that
here's the thing. The horse committee years ago started working on these horse trails out at Hammertown, and unless you're in that community, I guess maybe you wouldn't even know that they're out there.
Right.
But these people worked tirelessly to make this something amazing.
Yeah.
They even drug like picnic tables and stuff out
and there are
along the trail.
people to travel from all over to come and use these bridle trails.
Absolutely, they do. So, but that doesn't mean you have to be on a horse to utilize them.
right. That's
You
right.
can certainly walk. You can mountain bike. You can do whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. I will just warn you that during hunting season,
Yes.
they do allow hunting out at Hammertown. So just if you're out for a hike, just be aware of what we're working on posting signs during hunting season so people are aware that there might be hunters. But yeah. We got a little spooked one day when we were hiking and somebody was bow hunting and Barry came up
Stood
lodged.
up with a bow. Oh.
It was a little startling.
It would be. Oh my! Yes.
Just make sure you make a lot of noise.
Yeah. And the hunters just love that when you
Right?
make lots of
Yeah,
noise.
exactly.
Something about that doesn't go hand in hand, but no, and that's something tourism related that we get a ton of are the hunters. People come, It's amazing how many people I talked to this past year that would come in the tap room and they would say, "Oh yeah, I rent a cabin off for a week, and we come down, my sons and I, and whatever, and we come down and they spend the week, and they come in places and they spend money, and that's the whole point."
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
My kids live in Columbus, and they run into people all the time that say, "Oh, you're from Jackson? We go down there to hunt."
Yes, absolutely. I mean, there's so much land and so many places that people do rent out. It's kind of, if you know,
Right.
kind of thing.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So, well, what are some of your goals? We've talked about things that are happening or have happened. I know you, and I know that you think big. So, what are some of the things that you all are hoping to do?
Well, we have lots of dreams.
Or can we talk about it here on the air? You have to kill us.
Well, I think that just creating a sense of place for residents of Jackson County in all areas, whether it is, people who like outdoor recreation or people who like the arts, that there is, you don't want to leave. I mean, it's always nice to go and go on vacation, but when you come back, you want to love where you live.
Sure.
And we do, and we just want it to be the best that it can be too. So
we all should have nice things.
That's right. Yeah. So, we're looking at things like murals and, bike racks and just things that make it just a little bit easier to enjoy.
Yeah.
More pickleball courts.
Pickleball courts are, yes,
Hopefully.
absolutely.
I mean, it's a thing.
Yep,
for sure.
Yeah, just things that make it, maybe it's a pipe dream. Wish my kids would move back, but they want amenities. They want, things that make it a nice place to live.
I've always been under the impression that just because we live in a small town doesn't mean you have to think small town.
Right.
Right, absolutely.
Why, we should have restaurants and we should have stores like that are in the big city.
Yes.
Like,
Right.
why can't we?
Right. Yeah. And you don't have to lose your small town mentality or small town feel just to have those things. So, it's funny because my oldest son is 29 now, and he does, he's lived in Cincinnati and Columbus, and he does traveling medical work. So he's lived in Boston and
Everywhere,
Denver, and is currently in New Hampshire, but he recently bought a house in Jackson. His girlfriend has never lived anywhere other than a big city, and she's so enamored with small town. And he said, I just feel like Jackson's moving in the right direction. I see.
I think so too.
I see some changes happening, and
we're going
some
forward.
good things. And change is not always a negative thing. Just some good things are happening. And so he invested. He bought a house here. So
that's awesome.
We're so glad that he's going to be here some.
Yep. I have an idea that Jamie and I want to implement, but we won't talk about it on the air. We'll talk about it off the air.
All right.
That we would be willing to probably put up some money for if we could make it happen.
That would be amazing.
So,
Talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that off the air because I want to see if it's feasible first. So, okay, very cool. Well, girls, is there anything else you want to tell our viewers since Pete Wilson is here to partay?
No, just get out there and just take advantage of what we have here in Jackson County.
Agreed.
And go check out that largest acorn and go check out the kayak rentals and take advantage of that special where you can rent it for $15 for an hour right now.
See if you like it.
See if you like it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, spread the word.
So logistically speaking, but you guys are doing a ribbon cutting, you said Friday?
Yes.
So that's a perfect opportunity for you to go out and see how the whole thing works.
Absolutely.
But logistically speaking, how do you put the stuff back? You said you scan a code, it unlocks the kayak, but how do you...
You have an app on your phone, and that app will stay open. And then when you put the kayak back, you upload a quick picture and hit send, and it closes things out for you.
All right.
So that way, if somebody doesn't return the kayak, then they've got their information.
Yeah, because I'm like, it's kind of an honor system, not really, but kind of a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, well, they have to have your credit card if you don't return it.
How about we be responsible and not mess this up?
Right.
How about we do that? Yeah.
Right.
Very good. Well, girls, thank you so much. And once again, the website for people to get to. It's in the comments. Of course it is, because Liv's always on top of it. Yeah. So thank you, Liv. All right, very good. Check it out. Check out what we have to offer here in our area, and it's amazing.
And check out our Facebook page because we're always putting updates there too.
That's also in the comments.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right. Well, girls, you have a beautiful day. It's going to be a gorgeous day. This would be a great day to start checking out Jackson County.
Absolutely.
You got it. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Our good friend Pete Wilson is waiting in the wings, and he'll be over in just a second to do some news. So we'll be right back.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
And we're back. All right, there we go. And that's our good friends, Amanda and Adrian. And, Pete is here. We're going to talk about some news.
All right. Okay, well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, especially after, hearing from such upbeat, progressive people as Adrian and Amanda. And, there is a lot of good things going on, but there was a bad thing that kind of got out yesterday. And we'll be reporting on it here in the Telegram, and it's going to be on the radio. Unfortunately, the Pixel Specialty Solutions Plan in Chillicothe, that is the Mead paper mill, most multi-generational people know here in South Central and Southeastern Ohio, is going to close. It looks like that's a definite. Remember, it was announced back in April that the plant was closing.
Yes.
3 days later, there was a press conference. Who's who of government officials showed up at a press conference
Absolutely.
to basically lament the fact and say, here's what we can do. But instead, there was an announcement that was made by United States Senator Bernie Moreno that he had extracted a commitment from the corporate owner of Pixel Specialty Solutions, which is not Pixel Specialty Solutions, it's one rung up the corporate ladder, that the plant would stay open through December. No promise that it would stay open beyond that, but just more time for something to happen. More time for the employees to make their personal adjustments if indeed the plant did close. Well, yesterday, Senator Moreno, the union officials let it out that today, and I don't know whether this has actually come down yet, that a federal WARN notice would be issued. WARN is an acronym that stands for Worker Adjustment Retraining Notification. That is something now by law that companies with employers with a certain number of employees, I'm not sure what that number is, if you're going to close, you have to give a notice. In this case, it's a 60-day notice. So effective today, 60 days from today, which that would be August the 9th, by the way.
Wait, that's not December, Pete.
No, it's not December. So why is it closing earlier than what the verbal commitment was? I can't answer that, but it has been pretty much acknowledged and accepted. The union president, Jeff Allen, who I think was interviewed here by Lori Graves not too long ago, he put out this quote. He said, it feels like the end. It sure does. Feels like we're done. That's the end. And he's going to, that doesn't mean there is no hope, but there is little hope, because he did say in media interviews that attempts had been made to sell the plant. It looked like that the ownership was not committed to staying on their own. So the best chance was to sell the plant to somebody else.
To move somebody in.
And that apparently has not happened. And they are putting out this WARN notice today. Maybe it has already gone out, but that is official notice to the employees, to the community, to the public, that the plant will close in 60 days. And that's that is all the employees. I don't know whether it'll be a transition or a progression, or it's like, everybody's there and the doors close at August the 9th. But we're talking about back in April, we're talking about 826 employees.
Yep.
And it could be, some people may have left because of the great uncertainty, but there was hope there because of what was announced shortly after the first closure announcement. all these people working there. I was there that day of that press conference. The governor was there, both United States senators were there, all the local people were there as well. The area people, people from Jackson County were there. It turned what was going to be a we'll do what we can for you, turned into a more like a pep rally. That was the mood that day because of that concession that was made by the corporate owner of Pixel. So what happens now? There's already announcement about resource centers and job fairs in Ross County. I'm sure that the Job and Family Services Office in adjoining counties, and that would include Jackson and Vinton counties, will be making moves to help employees with retraining, with resumes, to let them know resources they can have, assistance resources that are available to them. And there's probably much more than what you might know if you haven't been through that process. Also, this was pointed out at a Jackson County Commissioners meeting back in April when the local officials responded to this. John Hensler pointed out, and everybody in the know knows this, there's lots of job opportunities out there. Now, there's not a lot of jobs as good as a Pixel job. Mm-hmm. That is true. That is a high-paying, white-collar or blue-collar job for this area. Yep. So, there's no getting around, the Pollyanna, doing any Pollyanna on this. It is a bad thing that is happening, and it will have economic impacts beyond just the people who are directly employed there, because you're talking about a lot of money that was spent in the community by these employees, a lot of suppliers and materials that with them second and third party contractors and so forth. You're talking about one of the top jobs giving companies in southeastern Ohio for a long time. Mm-hmm. And that does include people from Jackson and Vinton counties for sure. So we will have news on that that will be out online a little bit later today. We'll have a report on the radio as well, and a more detailed report in the newspaper. So we worked on that very early this morning. The word kind of came out yesterday that the warn notice would come out today. So that is that. I'm sorry. Jackson City Council meeting last night had a big announcement there. The city of Jackson has a new fire chief. Mm-hmm. He is Kyle Hickey, and there is Kyle. He is on the right, looks very happy about his appointment. He's being congratulated by Jackson Mayor Randy Evans. This picture was taken at last night's Jackson City Council meeting. This was where the announcement was made. It's a mayoral appointment. Now, the fire chief's position is a part-time position in Jackson. It's not a full-time position. And it did not have to, it's an unclassified position that did not have to go through civil service, but Mayor Evans chose to put it through that just to be, as he said, on the up and up about everything. It's not going to be just a straight appointment by the administration or the mayor on who he likes or who he thinks is best. There were other candidates for the job, but Kyle has been with the fire department for 17 years. Since 2008, still a fairly young man, up and coming young professional in the county for sure. He has a firefighter 2 certification, or firefighter level 2 certification, which is the highest you can have in the state of Ohio. He is a fire EMS instructor, a certified instructor. He is a hazmat. He also has hazmat. The word is he is a hazmat emergency response and confined space rescue technician. That is a high-level skill that emergency responders have. Yeah, he has the credentials for sure. He had been the interim fire chief since last March 12th when Dave Channel, who had the job for 7 years or so, announced his retirement. Dave had been on a leave of absence that was going to go into the middle of the year, and then he was going to decide what to do. He might come back, he might not. So Kyle had actually been the interim fire chief since December 26th of last year when that leave of absence began. So he has been in that leadership position on an interim basis for a little while. Anyway, before that, he was the assistant fire chief, and that was since sometime in 2021. So he has been in a leadership position for a while. He's highly credentialed, and he's been a firefighter for quite some time, all with the Jackson Fire Department. He's also well known in the community. He is a He is an engineer with and a chief operating officer with Geiger Brothers,
Yep.
which is a big construction company. They do a lot of technical work both in and out of Jackson County. He's also a member of the Jackson City Board of Education, well known there in over at the James A. Rhodes Airport. He's a pilot and he is a certified flight instructor. So very brilliant person, and the fact that he is willing to be the part-time fire chief, a very responsible job. You don't do that for the money
added
either.
something
Obviously,
else.
I think that's greatly to his credit, if I may make an editorial comment. Now, Kyle had been the assistant fire chief. There had been two men who've been serving as interim assistant fire chiefs, Herb Peoples and Stephen Moore. I'm not sure who is going to be the new permanent assistant fire chief. That announcement was not made last night.
okay.
However, I think that it's in the works. Randy Evans, the mayor, announced that the Civil Service Commission had made a recommendation on that too. It was kind of going along simultaneously with the fire chief selection process.
That makes sense.
But due to a technicality, they weren't quite ready to make that formal last night. But that announcement should come very soon, maybe the next council meeting, if not before. Don't know who that person is. But that announcement will be coming soon.
Okay.
So we'll have that story in the Telegram as well. A very important story for the village of Oak Hill is that the Margaret Ann Pool is going to open on Thursday, tentatively. We use the word tentatively because it is subject to a final inspection by the Jackson County Health Department.
Okay.
But normally the aim is for the pool in Oak Hill, the Margaret Ann Pool, it's village owned and operated, is for it to open on Memorial Day weekend. That did not happen for whatever reason. I think there was some work that they would like to have done physically there that could not be done in time, but it should be open on Thursday starting at noon. And we'll have a report in the Telegram Wednesday about that fact and with all the details about, the prices for pool passes, pool parties, single day admissions, and also we'll say more about this tomorrow maybe. There is a big fundraising campaign that's being done on behalf of the pool.
Okay.
They need some major maintenance fix-up projects there that probably go beyond what the village can do on its own financially.
Yep.
And so a young man, a well-meaning young man in the village is leading that fundraising effort. It's been announced on Facebook, and Jeremiah Shaver actually talked to him yesterday at the pool, and we'll have details on that in that story that's upcoming in the Telegram. All right, some other things to tell you about real quickly, because I know our time is limited. We want to let you know that the Jackson Farmers Market, everybody's always interested in that. The date for its opening is Saturday, June the 28th.
Yep.
And once again, that is the Weber family that's kind of spearheading that. And one of the young lady, Sarah, it's Sarah Weber is, or Sarah Massey.
Yeah,
Sarah
she's
Weber
now a
Massey.
Massey.
Right. She's married, so I'm not changing anything on that. She is the contact point if you want to be a vendor. It doesn't cost to be a vendor. You just have to have a local agricultural product.
Yes.
That's the key. And so that will be in the same location on Harding Avenue across the street from the Eddie Jones Park.
Yes.
Is one of the best ways to say that. It will operate 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. It will start once again on Saturday, June the 28th, and will go deep into the fall, probably a little bit past the Apple Festival.
Yep.
And if you want to get involved in that, you can contact Sarah at their email, which is Jackson, Ohio Farmers Market @gmail.com. You can call her at 740-988-7853. I know I'm giving you some numbers and a long email address, but we will have that in the paper as well, and online and on Facebook. So look for that. This will be the second week for the Tri-City Summer Movies. Today's featured movie is The Bad Guys. And there will be shows at 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. This is completely free.
Yep.
At the Tri-City Theater, 972 East Main Street, the renovated, remodeled Tri-City Theater. It's beautiful if you haven't been there. Doesn't cost you a thing to get in. You can't bring concessions. You have to buy concessions there if that's what you want, but they're good. Some of the best popcorn you'll ever have.
I agree.
I know that firsthand. Doors will open 1 hour before showtime. The staff recommends you arrive at least 30 minutes ahead of the showtime. Don't think that there's just a few people. There's always a crowd.
It's a
that
big one.
word free is a magnet.
Yes, it is.
All right, and also do not forget, we want to remind folks that the Vinton County Cancer Research Group is having their roundtable event tonight. It is will be at the Vinton County. It will be at the MacArthur Fire Department building. There on High Street in MacArthur, starting at 6:30 p.m. A couple of professional speakers about cancer treatment and radiology will be there to share information, and that is just not for members or the medical community. That is for the overall
everybody.
For the overall community, as I think Randy Yates talked about last week. Wonderful group trying to really do something to provide helpful, important information to the community and help cancer patients and families who are affected by that dreaded disease.
You got it. All right. Well, Pete, thank you so much for stopping by, telling us what you know. And it is a beautiful day out, so do what the girls were saying. Get out and enjoy all that Jackson County has to offer. Something before we get out of here, we are giving away here at Main Street TV a great prize pack in honor of Father's Day. Don't forget Father's Day is this coming Sunday. Go to the Main Street TV Facebook page and share your favorite memory of your dad on the post that's pinned there. The prize pack includes baseball tickets, a hotel stay, t-shirts, a cooler, and more. You have to enter by Thursday at midnight, and the winner will be announced on the show Friday. So tell us all your fun dad stories, and you will be in the running for that prize pack. So that'll be really, really fun. All right, got to get out of here for the day. Hope that you enjoyed, and I won't be here tomorrow. Who will be here tomorrow?
I think it's Ella.
Okay. Ella, maybe? Okay. We're still working on it. But I will be back Thursday, so have a great day, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye, everyone.